Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be starting Atsushi's Saving Magic. It's Bungo Stray Dogs fanfic, one that I made myself and actually based off a writing prompt my English teacher gave me. So here's the prompt. In a world where magic is real but fading, a young mage discovers an ancient spell that could either save or doom their realm. Now, I know that sounds... How's that related to Bungo Stray Dogs? You'll see. I've only written 2 chapters, I have no idea how long it's going to be or even like how I'm going to go into different parts of the book. But anyway, here's the summary. Atsushi is a teen who lives in a world of magic that is quickly becoming a minority, put to death without mercy. So when the director of the orphanage finds out Atsushi's secret and gives him a choice of death or solitude, turns out the underground had their eyes on him for a while and swooped in while he was trying to escape the city, adopting him as one of their own. Or Atsushi gets left alone and joins Port Mafia. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I know I will. And anyway, let's get into the book. In a world where my kind is going extinct, I stand to find new life in our kind. My life is Atsushi Nakajima, and I was raised in an orphanage that doesn't condone magical use, where I have to hide my magic to survive. You see, I live in a world where for almost all humankind, magic has been an essential part of our life. However, about 200 years ago, there was started to be a decline in people born with magical powers. Back in the day, you were an outcast for not being able to use magic, but now it's illegal to even own a grimoire. I sigh as I get out of bed, getting dressed in my daytime clothes, which were honestly just the same fabric but in a rougher fabric, which were pale blue pants and a t-shirt. Today it was going to be another long day, I could tell already. Atsushi, I heard my name being called from outside the door. It was probably the director telling me that that it was time to get up and eat breakfast. We need to talk. Well, I wasn't expecting that. Yes, sir, I call out as I pull my shirt over my head and walk out my door to see him a couple of meters away from the door. He looks outraged. More so than normal. You know we do weekly inspections on the rooms, right? I simply nod my head in confusion. As I stand there confused, the director sighs in anger and pulls out a small book from his back pocket. Then I shouldn't have to explain that we found this in your room last night. I look at the book that he was holding and it was my grimoire. Where did you get that? I asked in quiet shock. I didn't get an answer, instead getting a harsh slap to the face. How could you even think of bringing one of these into our home? Don't you know I could get killed for you owning one of these? I shake with my head down. I nod slightly, not daring to look up into the director's eyes. I hear the director sigh as he grabbed my arm. You give me no choice, kid, the director said with a sad tone. I feel tears well up in my eyes as I'm dragged around like a doll, and before I know it, I'm at the gates of the orphanage. I'm sorry, kid, the director says as he lets go of my arm. The two of us stand there in silence for a few minutes as we stare at the sun rising. You have 2 options, kid, the director says softly as he breaks the silence. I look up at the tall man. I can bring you to the royal guards to be killed, or you can live out in the forest, alone but alive. I should have known that this day was coming. It was only a matter of time. How will I get to the forest? I ask in a soft tone, not looking back down at the pavement. I don't exactly know anything outside of the orphanage. In the corner of my vision, I see the older man getting something out of his front pocket. That's why I'm going to give you one of these, he says in a soft tone. I know I haven't always been the kindest to you, and this is my way of making it up to you. I'm just sorry I couldn't help you more than this. I look up at the man who was the closest thing I ever had to a parent. I give him a slight smile as I take the small map and my grimoire before turning my head so he doesn't see me cry. I'll be going now, I say to the man as I hesitantly walk out of the orphanage. I wish you luck, kid. I simply nod as I wave a hand goodbye. I make sure to take the back ways around the town as I walk towards the town gate, making sure no one sees me. However, I soon hit a dead end and I have to make the choice of whether to go across the rooftops or go into the street to get out the city that way. I sigh as I make my decision to climb up to the rooftops. I let out a soft incantation, transforming my legs into tiger's legs, and jump up the two-story buildings, only to be met with my face hitting the floor. Ouch, I groan in pain as I look around to see what happened to me. Focusing my eyes back in place, I turn my body to see someone who stopped me, the person who stopped me in place. Well, 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 the man said in a taunting voice. I stare up at him in fury in my eyes until I notice something. Your clothes are moving, I asked timidly before I realized how stupid I sounded. I mean, not like the wind, but it's moving by itself. The man in front of me scoffed before coughing into his hand. Are you really that stupid, Jinko? I tilted my head trying to understand what was going on, then it clicked. You're a magical user, I yelled, trying to comprehend the situation in front of me. The man in all black clothing looked at me like I was a stupid little kid, and as much as I didn't want to admit it, I probably looked like one to him. So, I pause over my words, trying to think what to say. So, why are you here? I finally say after a long minute of awkward silence, as the man in front of me just sighs. He walks closer to me. I try to calm down my breathing, but ultimately fail as the man in front of me comes within arm's reach. After what felt like forever, but it was most likely not more than 5 seconds, the man in black stepped back and reached for his back pocket. Assuming the worst, I wait for the man to be distracted as I block out the conversation the older man is having. I look around for my escape options to see that my only way out was straight up. I look back down to the man, his eyes solely focused on the ground to his left. There was no time like the present, so it was either now or never. I take a couple of seconds to whisper my incantation as fast as I can, making my legs into a tiger's and jump straight up. Just as I was about to get to the edge of the building, I feel something grab my leg. This time it was much harsher than last time. Landing face first into the ground once again, I groaned and tried to rub my face to soothe the pain. However, when I tried, I found my body was completely trapped. I start to panic again as I hear the man over the phone sigh, saying, "You're right, Dazai. He would try to escape." I tried to whisper incantations, but in an attempt to get out of the bind, but it ended up being unsuccessful. My eyes widen as I feel my incantations not work against the strong fabric, as I realize that this was going to be my last moments in this world. But before I can spiral into a panic attack, I feel a harsh knock to my head, making me pass out from the hit. Thank you all for staying with me for this. I know this was pretty short. The chapters aren't going to get much longer than this, around the 7-8 minute mark. So I'm sorry about that in advance. But anyway, I hope you all liked this. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.